Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's hard not to when we finally have some green in the market. It's a nice shift in momentum. Just keep in mind to preface here, the reason for this, CPI data came in at 3.4%. Dollar index is shooting down and Bitcoin / cryptocurrency shooting back up. Pretty common occurrence there, so nothing abnormal here. Just like all the retracement and sell-offs, we held that ascending trend line, broke through the descending trend line, and we are off to the races here. Does this mean we go long and hard right now at this exact moment? Probably not. Honestly, we'll probably want to wait for the price action to cool off a little bit before we take any trades, specifically with altcoins, but even with Bitcoin too. It's not really ideal to catch a falling knife to the downside, nor is it ideal to try to get in when it's running either. Just depends on what kind of trader you are, right? From a day trader's perspective, maybe, but swing trading is a different story altogether. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Thanks so much for watching. Do me a favor, hit the like button, comment below. Absolutely appreciate hearing that. Your feedback, of course, and more importantly, just help get this in front of more people because unfortunately YouTube, the algorithm, not really all that favorable for my daily analysis videos, so really appreciate that. So what we want to talk about here is this upper level liquidation. I talked about this yesterday being a point of contention, the next area of likelihood, and we can see that 60,000 level there, still heavy. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people got in at 60,000. The majority of our community members did too. We missed our swing trade entry by like $200, so it's all good. It happens, but either way, congrats. I'm glad that all worked out favorably for anyone who was able to get in. But the key takeaway here is that 64,000 is a heavy concentration liquidation that just got swept, and if we have any upper levels of liquidation, it's somewhere in the range of about 66, maybe 67,000. Now, is that an ideal next target? In short, yes, 67,000, that point of control, that's a very important level. Strong amount of accumulation of volume there. It makes sense as to why people are hedging their bets right there at that point. So again, if you're shorting right now, I would not recommend it. It's not the market to consider shorting. While it seems pretty juicy and attractive to want to short, just shorts are inherently more risky, folks. Try not to do that. It's exactly why we waited for longs to get into profit. 4 out of 5 are in profit right now with our average down positions. And we didn't take any shorts, which of course hindsight's 2020, right? We should have taken shorts because there was, everything was blood red yesterday. But again, shorts are more risky, and I prefer not to short unless I have complete confirmation. And a lot of those coins were they were running for no reason at all, and I don't like to trade into something like that. Just again, if you saw any of the altcoin market yesterday or Sunday, both days were just abysmal. Okay, so again, glad we avoided that, but I'm happy to hear that people were able to find some profit wherever they could there, of course, with averaging their position down into our long position. So let's take a look at the simple moving averages and kind of just verify where we're at here. We are testing the 50-day SMA. This is like that natural rejection level. The 50 is very common to initially reject, but also once you get above it, you're generally in good shape. So with us being below this here, we've been fairly bearish. Even with us breaking this descending trend here, which is extremely important, more likely than not, we're going to see 67,000 with this point of control. We can still see this initial resistance at that 50-day SMA. Really, really common. So keep in mind, that's a potential reality for us to reject there, to pull back, perhaps the next key fib level. I would say 63,400 loosely is a potential next area of retracement. The price were to pull back to day before yesterday's high. Because the price got rejected here at this level. I don't know if you can see that, but right there at that 63,450, 63.5 is a round number. That was the area in which the price action rejected through yesterday. Okay, and again, in this last 1 month's worth of trading, we can see the point of control right now is about 63,500. So that is a more logical price action for the price to bounce if it were to. Okay, so again, I say if it were to because we don't know if it's going to pull back that much, but if it does pull back to this level, for right now, it looks like that it would be a solid consideration for entry. Again, the main reason why I feel comfortable saying that, and again, that it's a little premature, but we can see we're over 50 on the RSI. Extremely important. We haven't been there for a very long time. We've been under 50 on the RSI for exactly 1 month, a little bit over a month since April 12th. Okay, so again, we broke bearish, so to speak, at that point. That's roughly when we broke below the 50-day SMA. Anyways, convergence on the stochastic RSI, money flow index increasing, MACD converging. These are all bullish signs. We saw these bullish signs for the last couple of days, honestly, too. It wasn't perfect. We weren't over 50 on the RSI. Generally speaking, we're seeing a lot of favorable conditions for Bitcoin, regardless of how poorly it has been responding or how poorly the market responded too, because the altcoin market just totally sucked. There's no other way around it. And look at this here, Bitcoin dominance going up. and the price of Bitcoin going up as well, this is always quite favorable, okay? A lot of times you will see altcoins pull back because of that though. You got to keep that in mind. But they're just surging now because they've been held down for so long. It's just been a complete bleed out for the last 3 or 4 days. So again, altcoins, we're probably going to see some coins taken off here soon. A lot of different case scenarios will occur. I'm going to cover some of the important ones here soon, specifically our current open trades as well, just so we kind of get perspective where we're at. But the 4-hour time frame, we look at this here. We are now over the 200 SMA. I talked about that being a very important level. Once more, that level is hanging out right here at the 63,500. So we keep seeing this reoccurrence of this level with key supports and resistances based on moving averages, and of course even RSI for that matter. Okay, because again, we're over 50 on the RSI, we're now over 70 as well. Money flow index is high. We could very well sustain ourselves above 70 for some time. It would make sense for the price to pull back though, honestly, getting rejected off that level, but it also would make just as much sense for the price to run now that we're over that range. Because we got more room for growth in stochastic. MACD just barely converged. There's a lot of reasons why we are more likely to see the price continue higher than to go lower. If it does go lower again, I'm thinking 63.5 is a good consideration. I'm going to go ahead and add an alert right now just so I can kind of pay attention to that later. We take a quick look at the Ichimoku cloud. We're obviously going to get some confirming factors here letting us know that we're in good shape. Everything is green lights here. So really, at this point, betting against Bitcoin is a bad idea. Okay, you can see these high volume bars too. These bars are a significant amount of volume. When you see that much trading volume, the likelihood of the price pulling back is lower because it takes that much more selling pressure to be able to get there. And as we can see here, we've been establishing higher highs and higher lows for some time now, ever since Friday. So in that sense, we can understand our next low should be right here. In fact, this is likely going to be an Elliott wave situation here too, where we can see the price action hitting its levels there, and the next low will be no lower than the most recent high. Again, it's very, very common for the most recent high to be the bouncing point moving forward. So my money is on 63,500 to 64,000 being the next area of retracement and or essentially bouncing off that level if it does, okay? Now again, you got to keep in mind, it doesn't mean this is exactly going to happen. We could very well see the price action and do one of these here where it continues much higher. So it's still a little premature, but based on what we see here so far, that's roughly what we're looking at there. We will absolutely probably see 67,000 as the next point of resistance there. So this is what I'm expecting to see here soon if we get a pull back to this level, 63.5, 64K. That's an area that I'm very interested in based on a lot of factors I've already identified here. So I hope that made sense. I described that correctly. Thanks again so much for watching. Hope you all learned something today. If you did, comment below, like the video. Find yourself over my Trading Academy community and signals group if you want. We took some nice healthy profits here. Again, 40% from near protocol. ICP we're super close. BSV we're back on target. Cardano is just kind of a terrible coin altogether. Probably never trade that one again. And then there's a couple of others too that are actually doing decent, -1 that's still in the red. So again, hey folks, that's how it works with trading. You just got to kind of roll with it. Ups and downs, it's okay. But congrats to our community members who held strong, and also thank you too. So so much for the awesome feedback too. We've got some people in there just talking highly of everything, and I'm thankful for that too. So appreciate y'all. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.